Okay. We're here at the conference on retrovirus and opportunistic infections, the 21st, here in Boston, Massachusetts. We're here with Valeria Longo, and you're with the Scientific Institute in Milan, Italy. And we are very appreciative of your doing, first of all, the work that you're doing, and second of all, you took the time to come and visit with us, because I spent a lot of time in front of your poster the other day. It is important for the work that you do, because it is unique. It is work that is very important for people in the community to know, because we need to know the things that we can do to be proactive, if we want to be proactive about health. And so with that, can you give the background of your study?
Yeah, it's an important study because it's related to the physical activity, in particular with brisk walking.
Mm-hmm.
It is it is important to do just 1 hour at the day, because this can reflect a decrease in inflammation, and so the people who can perform this activity can better control the side effects of antiretroviral therapy. So this is the summary.
Now, the thing about it is, I would have a million questions, but let's get to the things that are most important, I think, and that is, how did you come up with an hour? I mean, it makes sense to say, okay, maybe people that are going to do something are not going to do more than an hour. Maybe if they do less, it's not. Because I know I have to do cardiovascular at least a half an hour, maybe an hour, to be cardiovascular healthy for my heart, because otherwise you don't get up to the point of. But you're not really trying to do this cardiovascular. It's just kind of brisk walking. It's not about a heart rate. It's just about activity.
Yeah.
And how did you establish that this was? You don't know that this is optimal.
Yeah.
It may be that an hour and a half or 2 hours or half an hour or something like that. But how did you get to an hour? Is it?
Yeah, because there is an optimum time, because you have to reach the 65-75% of maximum heart rate.
Oh, so you are working on the heart rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you need to reach this point. So you have to first, in the first 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes are important to reach this time point. And this percentage is important because it's a classical fat burning zone.
Right.
Okay, it's considered the fat burning zone. It's an aerobic work. So in the first 20 minutes you reach this range, and then for almost 15 minutes you have to maintain this range. So in total you need 1 hour of work, in which in the first minutes you have the pre, I don't know how can I say, the first phase of exercise, and then in the middle part you have in the fat burning zone, and that is the important exercise phase in which you have the major benefits. Okay, so this is why 1 hour of exercise.
But it isn't just that you're burning fat, it's just that you happen to be burning fat.
Yeah.
But it's also something is happening in there in your body as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's inflammation is being decreased.
Yes.
Because you've seen that on the markers. That you have biomarkers.
Yes.
Can you tell us which biomarkers you're using?
Okay. We used the classical inflammation soluble and cellular biomarkers, such as interleukin-6, D-dimer, CRP, and so on. And we measured these biomarkers using commercial available kits. And after 12 weeks of exercise, the subjects decrease this inflammation marker. And also the immune activation, because the cellular markers decrease after the exercise. So it is very important because it's an indicator that the immune activation status is in general decrease. It is important because when you have an antiretroviral therapy for a long time, you have a low-grade inflammation and persistent immune activation, which can lead to metabolic problems and chronic disease. So if you have a method, for example, a brisk walking that we have to study, you can control in a better way the side effects of this therapy that you have to do, of course, to maintain the viral load suppressed.
So you're saying a longer period of time may be detrimental?
I
a longer, like 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours or?
No, just 1 hour.
No, but I'm saying if you, I mean, you really haven't studied the longer duration.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that would be actually deleterious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know.
Not so deleterious, really.
Okay.
And
because you recover, you would recover from that. I mean, if you work yourself to exhaustion, I guess is what I'm saying.
No, I didn't understand.
If you work and like you did 6 or 7 hours of exercise, and you get exhausted, that might be temporarily problematic, but you would recover from that. That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't know. I guess I'm asking the question that some people do a lot of exercise, and that might be a problem. Do you think?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because that's my concern, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I feel tired at the end of the day, but I also feel like I've gotten the endorphins to really pop out. You know, the endorphins you feel from doing the exercise. I seem to get a lot more of that when I do more exercise.
Yes, but if you perform 1 hour for a free session per week, it is not so, I don't know, you are not so tired to do this, this type of exercise.
If you
because
get to
it's
that
just
point.
walking. It's different to running.
Now, if we have a candidate for your trial that gets into it, do you have a startup period? Because an hour is not much, but it is for somebody that's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Do you have like a graduated induction part to the?
No. We inform the subjects, and they decide to voluntarily participate to the program, and the participation was very good. Also because there is a good opportunity to meet other people, to talk.
Do you get a little bit of a support group going there, do you think?
Yes, I'm not supervised the exercise training, but the people was supervised from the expert of exercise from University of Milan. And they was two young men, excited men to supervise the exercise.
And there is the people who are in the group do meet with each other, they talk, they kind of inspire each other, they motivate each other.
Yes, okay. Of course, yes.
So do you feel that you maybe should have included that as a part of your study, the behavioral aspects, that maybe you should say, okay, some of the people would do it without support, without anyone being around, and others would do it with the support, and see if that might encourage people. Yeah. The support might be a necessary or an important part.
Yes, must be necessary for 2 reasons. Because the first one, because it's important to monitor that the exercise was performed in a correct way. Because it's important to maintain the range that I said before. Okay? And in fact, the people have a time with the beep.
Right.
Because if you don't don't maintain the range, the time, of course, make a beep to inform you that you have to accelerate or decelerate your working, no? And in the second, the second reason is because these subjects, I mean, before to do this type of working, we don't know if these activities could create an injury or pain to the patients, no? And we decided to supervise also for this reason, to control that there are no side effects to perform this type of activity. And of course we obtained important results and important information that this activity was okay for these patients. And they don't have any type of injury or pain during the exercise session or after the entire period of exercise.
And how many subjects did you have in this study?
Initially, they were 15 patients. 15.
15, okay.
Yes, and then we studied 35 patients.
Total?
Total, 35 patients, divided into groups. One group performed only the walking exercise, and a second group performed the walking exercise and the circuit training program. Consisting of crunch test, leg press, and so on exercise, for a total of half an hour of exercise. So they performed a strength walk type of exercise.
So it was the 1 hour of aerobic walk, and then a half hour of strength resistance
exercise,
or conditioning, I guess you'd call it more conditioning. Well, that's exciting. Now the study lasted, what was the duration of the study?
The study, the program of exercise was 3 months, so 12 weeks. And then we need also 6-8 months to analyze all data, and the study was finished. So in total 1 year, almost 1 year.
How long did with the patients, when they were done with the 3 weeks or 12 weeks or 3 months, did you find them interested in continuing?
Yeah.
Are they going to do that or on their own, or?
Yes.
Or is this not, you're not continuing rolling the study over or anything, are you?
We can't continue the study because the money that we have, of course, are finished.
But that doesn't say they can't keep exercising.
And more of them asked us, "Oh, okay, excited working. When we can do
on their own?"
Yes, another time. Is it possible? And so, of course, we can't supervise again.
Yeah.
But I know that I don't know how much, but some of them performing the brisk walking.
Still.
Yes, still.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking all these questions is because IFARA is doing a program called Health Challenge, which is focused at people living with chronic manageable disease, not just HIV, but small groups of HIV as well. So it's very important for me to know that there is some others out there that are doing very much like what we want to do in very different ways, but in very controlled ways is what you're doing, which is very good. So you can define, you have a parameter that you can say, this is what we did, and this is what results we got. Rather than allowing people to their own devices to come up with, and then it's, you don't really have any end result on that.
It's wonderful results. It's a huge work.
Yeah, it may sound really simple to people watching this program, but it really is complicated when you put it. And then the analyzation, like you say, takes a number of months.
Yes. yes, because the data are so taking very time to perform the experiments, but
and
long
the
time
and
to analyze them,
the data,
to perform all type of analysis and correlate each data and so on.
So what do you find, you must be interested in doing more of this.
Yeah.
What would you do next, or do you have something planned?
Yes, this was a pilot study. Okay, so the number of patients is relatively small. So if is it possible, we can perform more
larger
study, enrolling more patients to perform, of course, the experiments another time with including also a control group, HIV negative people who perform the same type of exercise program.
Would
to
you not
verify if
wouldn't you want to have people who are positive in the non-activities part of it? Okay.
Yes.
But some you could use negative and positive, I guess, on both arms.
Yes, yes. And I don't know if there is possible, because we need
money.
Money.
I know. But it would be interesting to see the difference between people who were exercising who were positive and negative, two different, and then also people who didn't exercise who were positive and negative, and see how different it is, being negative and positive.
Yes.
That's a really important study. And so, did you come up with the numbers you need for that study? And have you? I mean, this is an opportunity for somebody maybe to look and say this is a good study if we get this funded.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know how much we need, of course.
But I think that would be something you need to figure it out, because I really would love to see this work done. It's not something that is drug related, so it's. But sometimes you can get pharma to invest in it because they want to know what people are doing, ways that they can have a full, robust life. I mean, just surviving is not really a great thing.
Yeah.
You want to actually thrive with HIV. And sometimes if people do the right things and they exercise, we already know a lot of people are doing exercise and feeling good, much better. But the challenge, and that was what I was getting at in the first place, was that what problems do you see for people who are really in bad shape, and really have let themselves just become depressed and worn out and tired, and they can barely get out of bed, it seems like a long stretch for them to think about doing even the kind of 1 hour that you're talking about. And that would be the other end of it. How do we get people mobilized to at least get to the point where they could do your study, or could do the work that is relative to your study.
Yeah.
That's very challenging for some people.
Yes, it's very important.
Well, I very much appreciate your doing this again, as I said, and I look forward to maybe other studies that you're going to be doing. And if people are interested, I will put information about how to reach you on your study on the internet, because there may be people that have questions, and we'd be liking to hear what we'd like to hear what they had. Maybe we can do. Maybe you have a blog. Do you have a blog yet? No?
We have created this blog. It's under construction.
Can you do it in English?
Yes, of course.
All right, so we now have it right here, and you will get that to us.
Yes.
We will link this video to your blog if you like, and we'll have this symbiotic thing going on here.
Yes, of course. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too.